Let's discuss it further with Shad Faisal Kadir. She's a Sudanese-American influencer and blogger, and we're also joined here on set by Sultan. He's an international affairs analyst and a counterterrorism analyst. Oz, welcome to you both. I want to start with you and some background. We saw the celebrations there in Sudan in April after Bashir was forced from power, and citizens of Sudan, they celebrated because they believe that here they're welcoming democracy over a dictatorship. How did it all deteriorate so violently, so quickly?
Well, this goes back to December. So, we've had the protests in Sudan that led to Bashir's ouster. And, Bashir's been in power for a very long period of time. We've got Ibn Auf, who is heading up kind of the military council right now, pushing towards what the people want, which is democracy. But the steps are very clumsy, so to speak. I mean, this is very much like what we had seen in terms of Pakistan after, Zia ul-Haq left in the 70s. The challenges that I think we're going to be faced with are multifold. The Janjaweed militia, which is actually government-backed, were the ones that actually opened fire and killed about 118 a couple days ago. The challenges that we kind of continue to have are the perspectives of the people who want a fast transition to power, and the Military Tribunal Council, which basically says they've laid out 3 years, but we're not quite sure how that's actually going to continue to progress. Now, there were updates a little earlier today that we're back to negotiations in between
the opposition and the military.
Correct. But the outcome of that is, I think, yet to be seen.
Shad, you're a beauty blogger. You don't very usually post political posts, and I saw your Instagram account. This week you made headlines and you posted, we'll show this picture that got pretty viral of you in tears. And what is your message there?
I was just trying to spread awareness, and at that time I was very emotional because I didn't have any contact with anybody, and my friend who I had contact with was in hiding, and he was whispering, and it was just like super emotional for me at that time.
Let's take a listen to some of the voices from the country and tell me what you think. Watch.
All of us here hope that it would turn to civilian rule, but some people here insist that it would not be civilian rule. The rapid support forces prevent people from talking and expressing their views.
People are in a state of terror and great fear. All Sudanese people are uncertain. They are very afraid. People are unable to leave their houses. They are unable to go to work. They are unable to do anything. Everything is on hold. The situation is very bad. People cannot eat, they cannot leave, they cannot work. Even when they are at home, they are not at ease. You can be sitting at home and still in a state of terror, worried about the passing gangs.
So you're in touch with people there. Are you hearing similar voices? Can't they leave their home? Are they afraid when they're sitting at home?
Absolutely. There's immense amount of violence, and there are gunshots all the time, and it's super scary for anybody to just step out of their house. Like, people don't know what's going to happen, and they're terrified.
And you know friends and people who were affected, right?
Absolutely,
by the
yes.
violence.
My family still lives in Sudan, and I continuously visit every year. I was just there in last August, and it's really, really hard to see how this has gone worse over the course of time.
Oz, where do you see this going next? Foreign intervention?
Well, I think the fact that the United States has gotten involved, we have a special envoy, and we've got two representatives of the State Department there. The Trump administration has stated numerous times that we want to see Sudan move towards peace. We want the transition to a democratic government. But I think the challenges that are going to face them over the course of the next couple of weeks are going to be twofold. One is, what exactly is the path that the military sees? And two, what are the concessions that really can be made in between both sides in order to bring that to fruition?
So only lately Sudan got on the national headlines here. What do you think it's so hard to get people to care? And you, as a blogger, you made it happen.
I think people don't care because Sudan is a poor African country, and it's really hard to the reality of that. But I'm so thankful for social media that now it's very important, and activism on there is critical, and when people share their voices, it could get widespread, and a lot of people can reach, that message can reach a lot of people.
So what would you like to see happening next? How could people in the international community or people watching us now help the citizens of your country?
Absolutely. There are several ways to donate. The funds that you will donate will go towards funeral funds for people like my friend who was murdered.
So sorry to hear.
Thank you. And it will go towards people towards medical funds for people who were injured and to help with the treatments of people. You can change your Instagram or your profile picture on all social media to the blue, the Pantone blue. And you can also wear blue so that you can discuss with people, so you can raise awareness, you can have conversations, you can organize in your communities, you can go to events and talk to people, and most importantly, you can ask your Sudanese friends how they're doing and how their family is, and if they know any news. We're like literally at the 2-week mark of a complete media blackout in Sudan and a complete internet blackout. So this is very scary when we don't know what is going on at all. Nobody's able to get in touch.
So the situation looks very dire over there, but people are not regretting the coup against Bashir, right?
People aren't regretting the coup because this has been almost 3 decades in terms of challenges that the Sudanese people have had. They want that move to democracy. They want the opportunities that they've been kind of restricted from a long period of time. And they also want the military to kind of be kept in check because they've seen where the military can go longer term across Africa.
Absolutely. And I also want to say that my people have been persecuted for like 30 years. And it's really important now. Everybody is so optimistic about a civilian-led democracy and governance because it will give. And if you can see, a lot of the people who are protesting are younger people, and this is very hopeful for their futures. And I think this is why they are super mobilized right now and super inspired and really working hard to achieve this goal.
Well, we will continue covering this story, Shahad Faisal Qadir and Oz Sultan, and we'll continue to follow your story. Thank you so much for breaking it down for us.